Sup nerds, today is April 16th, 2013, for real! It is the 16th day of Vlog Every Day in April, and this is part 2 of the question answering video that I started in yesterday's vlog. What character from any fandom do you most identify with? Well, if you know anything about the show Dexter, the main character's name is Dexter, and this might sound a little weird because he is a serial killer, but just the way the character's written and the way Michael C. Hall acts the role, I don't know, I find it easy to relate to him a lot of the time. Not in his serial killing. A lot of the stuff that I like, I'm always very drawn to, like the older, wiser characters like Captain Picard or Yoda, Obi-Wan, stuff like that. So I don't know if I necessarily relate to that, but I kind of, I don't know, feel like I do, I guess, for some reason, even though I'm not old and wise yet. What was your favorite Playlist Live moment? There were quite a few really good ones, actually. One of my favorites was, of course, playing the show on the main stage, and just having a lot of fun with it. Having a bunch of friends right down in the front, then having Shauna and Tessa come up to the stage to do California Dorks with me. That was a lot of fun. And of course just meeting you guys, meeting the other YouTubers, hanging out with people that I don't get to see very often. What is your favorite color? Great question. My favorite color is actually purple. I feel like there's not a lot of people that have purple as their favorite color. My favorite color used to be blue for quite a long time, but I don't know. Before that, my favorite colors were purple and pink, and then I think at some point I realized, you know what, purple and pink aren't like the most manly colors to have your favorite be, so I think I was like, well, I also like blue, so I guess I'll just make that my favorite color now, because it's like a boy color. But at some point I was like, you know what, I love purple. I'm not ashamed of it. I love purple. It's a great color. And so that's my favorite color. Purple. What is your favorite summer and or winter activity? Well, I am definitely much more in favor of summer than winter. I grew up in Iowa where it is very extreme in both of those seasons. Very hot in the summer, very cold in the winter, and I'm not a fan of ice and snow piled up and having to like scrape your car off and shovel your sidewalks and driveway and stuff like that. I don't know, I just, snow, blah, cold, I don't like it. I mean, I like to go skiing and stuff. Skiing is really fun, even though back in Iowa there was not a lot of options for skiing since it's pretty flat. But there was a few hills here and there that I would go skiing at, and every once in a while go somewhere else like Minnesota or, you know, Colorado where there are actually mountains to ski on, and that was a lot of fun. But my favorite summer activity probably, honestly, is just sitting out on a porch at night with a bunch of friends and hanging out outside, and it's nice and warm and not like super gross, sweaty, but just something that I kind of miss actually about Iowa when being here in LA now where it's a very dry climate. At night it gets pretty cold, like not cold, but it gets down to like 50, sometimes in the 40s, and it's pretty cool. It's like a different, like the daily change in temperature is pretty huge compared to somewhere where it's a lot more humid. Like you can be hot in the sun right here and then you go 10 feet over and stand in the shade and it's like 20 degrees cooler. It's weird. But yeah, I definitely miss just like being able to hang out outside in a t-shirt and be warm at night. Favorite TV series? There's so many. So my favorite TV series that was obviously cut short was Firefly. That was an amazing show, and I don't know what they were thinking by ever stopping that show. It was just way too good. If you have never seen Firefly, go and buy it or figure out a way to watch it. Find a friend that has it or something, because it is amazing and they should have never stopped it. But of course also Star Trek The Next Generation. That was an amazing show if you're into Star Trek at all. That was one of those shows that I kind of grew up watching, not like super religiously, but I would watch it with my dad when it was on and he was just watching it, and yeah, that was just an amazing show. Loved all the characters, and it's super science fiction-y and nerdy, and that's right up my alley. Somebody asked me how did I meet Alex Carpenter, and I actually met Alex Carpenter for the first time at Rockstock 1, the Wizard Rock event. I believe that was back in 2008? Maybe 2007? I don't remember actually. But yeah, that was where I met him. So yeah, we met at Rockstock, we hung out, we were both playing the show, and during the off time of not playing the show, we hung out a lot, and it was a lot of fun, and then we just kept seeing each other at more and more shows and conferences and things like that. And eventually we talked about the possibility of me moving out to LA, and then I convinced Luke to do that, and so the whole thing just worked out so that we were able to move out here to LA with Alex, and that's that. The rest is history. Speaking of Ministry of Magic, will there be any more Ministry of Magic albums or songs, or Skyway Flyer for that matter? It's unlikely that we'll do any more Ministry of Magic songs, or at least albums, because already we've done 4 full-length albums, as well as like kind of a best of album and an acoustic album, and that's just a lot of songs, like more than 50 songs, so there's just so much more to write about. Even though it is fun to write about the Harry Potter series, I feel like we've accomplished what we wanted to accomplish with it. But Skyway Flyer was always just me, Jason Monday, anyway. Did just re-release the Skyway Flyer under the name Jason Monday, album title Skyway Flyer. So yes, I will be coming out with more Skyway Flyer stuff, but it'll just be all under Jason Monday now, so it's much easier, and it will probably, a lot of it will sound very similar to the Skyway Flyer stuff, because it's going to all still be me doing it. Yeah, basically to answer that question, there will not really be any more Skyway Flyer, but there will be more Jason Monday. So recently I got new t-shirts made on district lines that just say "Sup Nerds" on them, and people were asking me if they could get it in a girl's cut. You ask and you shall receive. So now you can go and get a girl's cut of the Sup Nerds t-shirt if you would like it. I will put a link down in the description to that, so go check that out if you'd like to get one. But I think this is probably long enough for questions for now. We can always do this again later on. But as always, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you learned something about me in these videos that you were hoping to learn. But anyway, I will see you nerds tomorrow. Right now I'm with the whole crew. We got the whole crew here. We're at the beer kitchen. We are gonna eat some food. So here's the menu.